How's it going, Pisces? This is Damien with HK Readings Healing Culture Tarot, and I'm here to do your weekly. It'll be from now till around the 24th of March, next Sunday, which is a very special day for me, personally. Well, a special day for someone else. It's a very big birthday that I'm excited about celebrating. I'll screw it. It's my mother's birthday, so yes, I'm really looking forward to that day, and I'm looking forward to reading for you Pisceans now. So here we go. If you are a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter, this video may have some great insight for you. I really feel like your energies are so strong right now, you know, within your radiance and what you're exuding, and just the passion that you're feeling inside right now. Just as an intuitive message, I really do feel the strong sense of a rebirth. And then not just the rebirth, but coming into the flow. You know, coming into the flow of this new vibration and this new life. Really, like, the rebirth was past tense, because you know you go through that, and then there's a period of just living your life, taking part in your new things, interacting with the new people, the new mindset, the new reactions to things that yield things on from there. You know, like handling a situation that's newly presented to you better than you would have handled it in the past, and that yielding, you know, just something more elevating to your vibration, and just, wow. I feel like you're settling into these new vibes. And you're feeling good. I don't intuit that many of you are just out, you know, mingling with everybody, feeling the need to, but you are interacting and presenting yourself. But it's like you're attracting those around you, or you soon will, that you'll have deep connections and bonds with. You know, people that will make great friends, or great connections, great business connections. And they like your ideas, and they want to see how they can help you succeed. So you know, it's really going to be some beautiful give and take type energy coming in. But yeah, not really by the masses, just kind of attracting those special few that will actually begin to seem like many for you. Like, you may begin to look around you and say, I have quite a few people around me that I'm excited to see how the bonds transform over time. What peeked out at me as I began shuffling again was the bottom of the deck. Oh, and it flew out again. The Nine of Water. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Nine of Water and the cards that came out with the Nine of Water. Now, I want to tell you, Pisces, because I don't do my readings in order, okay? What I typically do nowadays, I've had different ways, but I would draw, like now, I draw from the Tarot of the Orisha, and it will give me, maybe through a pull or however many, to put together who I need to read for. Sometimes it comes out very clear. Now, I did Scorpio's Weekly, and with some synonymity, one of my readers was just breaking down the degrees in your chart of your Mercury to see how much you'll feel the retrograde, and, you know, basically how the signs, you would take it in order for the level of like severities, unless it's just like you were born in a retrograde altogether, and it'll be kind of lightened for you these days. But I did that Scorpio Weekly, my first water sign weekly, and she's a Scorpio, and she used that as an example to break it down. Say, for example, she's in a, I forgot what she said, she was like a lower degree Scorpio, so she has that double Scorpio energy. When it gets into the teens, it would go on like slightly away from that scorpionic energy, but more towards the following sign from that, which is Pisces. And then when you get into the 20 degree range, you're looking towards Cancerian energy, which is that last. So for whoever that made sense to, because I just kind of like shortened it as much as I could, that's really awesome. But yeah, that compares to when I was pulling here to see, because the first card that I pulled was a card of Scorpionic energy, whom I had read for. Then pulling again, it followed the sequence of me getting your energy through the Ace of Water. Okay, and the Ace of Water is what led me to read for Pisces, and we have Scorpio, if we're starting there, which we were, being my first water sign video. Naturally we would transition to Pisces, and Cancer will get their video eventually, because I do believe that I'm going to, energy's pulling me towards a fire sign for my next weekly. But yeah, and then as I'm telling you also, what was popping up at the bottom of the deck is your energy with the Nine of Water, which literally speaks about it's like a surprise harvest, okay? Where, you have your ship, you've cast the net out into the waters, and you wait all night, and you hope something comes in, right? But you've put a lot of work and effort to manifest even getting to that point, to being in the position of having all the tools that you need. And this is similar to, for any of you who are familiar with, me reading my Gypsy Oracle deck, the surprise card, where the man has cast out his net, and within it is a bag, a big bag. It is presumably heavy. It has 1,000 written on it, which is just letting you know that whatever it's relative to monetarily, like, it is a massive gain that you did not expect, actually. And this is what you are bringing in with the Nine of Water, to where whenever you begin to focus on the life that you're currently living right now and what's around you, and you also take note of where you've been within your immediate past, you begin to realize the abundance that you've brought in, that just kind of snuck in almost. It feels. It's like the transition from rebirth to actually coming into flow with this new life. It's it could be for many of you, you haven't even been able to pinpoint like when it happened. It was just so natural. But it is literally an accumulation of everything you've worked for. Okay? So what we also have here is the earth element. Taurus at the head, olive earth. The two of air, Gemini, Libra. Yansa, and the two of air and Yansa are reversed. And I kind of see literally this beautiful story here of putting to rest what needed to be put to rest in your past. You know, where you may have felt as though you were operating out of Oba energy to where there was still some attachment. Many of you recently had to revisit, I think, you had to revisit, and during this retrograde, I feel like you had to revisit situations with your past lover, one of the elements that brought about this transformation. And that could have actually been, you know, running into this person or seeing them in whatever manner and having things revisited over just thoughts. But it could have been that as well for some of you, because there's definitely been movement. So I see that for some of you, like either you or your ex-person has moved. So in that event, you, and I see distances too, to where like it's a long distance to the point where, yeah, I don't feel as though some of you have ran into one another. But it could have been revisited through social media. It could have been revisited through thoughts or feelings or emotions, because of just one of those days, a trigger, what have you. But yeah, there was a revisitation with the two of air reverse that in turn solidified all of the efforts that you knew you had to continue making to reach the Nine of Water. Okay? So either the meeting up was orchestrated by this person, because I'm feeling like some of you were just found. So, okay, where am I going here? Because this is seeming like now some of you may have been, could be like followed and stalked to like a lower level degree, because I'm not sensing anything too intense, but I'm getting found that like, for those of you who, well, yeah, because it could be through social media or in person. This person, like, if it's through social media, they reached out. If it's in person, they just kind of like orchestrated a way to like see you, show up where you are through mutual friends or what have you, and you totally denied and stood firm in rejecting their gesture. And that is where abundance came in. The Seven of Fire. So you standing strong with being equipped with all the tools that it takes to be beyond a situation. And within the Seven of Fire here, Sagittarius energy, you defeated it. You shot it down. You stood strong. But I'm seeing that someone is going to come about who sees you as a great catch, okay? And I want to see a little more about that before we get some goddess guidance in. Because I feel like this is someone new. Okay, so beware. We have the Four of Fire here at the bottom of the deck. I'll go ahead and tie that in with this story here. So beware for these new prospects, Pisces, because I feel like these are just tests of the same old two-step with the female issue and the Eight of Water. So beware of that deception. Beware of how people are viewing you and just exactly what their intentions are. Because it may be to own, it may be to objectify, it may be to take, your energies. Okay? And then we have the outcast here. So, and it's because of, that's just the energy that certain people may be operating out of. And this is an attestament to seeing someone who is so powerful and so strong and so radiant. So you're going to attract people who want to be in your life and contribute to you. But I feel that what this is saying, and also as it lies under the Nine of Water, is that, underneath the surface, the Nine of Water and the Eight of Water, if we're going to talk about underneath surfaces, honestly. But underneath the surface, like, you must remember that with just as many as these people that will be coming in that'll be great and conducive to your life, there will be some that are going to be hiding amongst those individuals, snakes in the grass, who are looking to take. So you are going to have to use such sound and accurate judgment here. Now, I see some emotional fulfillment and emotional balance as it takes to cooperate with other forms of balance to have gotten you to where you are right now. But remember to, vibrate as much with the element of earth as you can, because staying grounded and staying practical will help you stay in tune with your senses and your intuition as well, because it's so heavily tied in within the sentience of things, as emotions translate to how you feel, and just like all the different ways that we compare things up there. But in a nutshell, we know the strong symbiotic relationship between elemental earth and elemental water. And that's usually why there can be such a great bond and chemistry and connection with individuals of the two elements, right? Especially, for Taurus and Pisces, Taurus and Cancer, and though very polar Taurus and Scorpio, look how often that seems to come together. You know? Capricorns and Pisces, you know, if you would have asked me how often I felt that was a thing some years ago, I would have been like, well, because in my experience, I haven't noticed it, but I'm seeing that more and more often too. And Virgos are very loving and versatile too. And I'm telling you, Virgos and Cancers and Virgos and Pisces seem to have a very symbiotic relationship as well. I hope it doesn't seem like I'm rambling, but because what I'm trying to do is just paint out the parallels between the two elements and how much they do have a symbiotic relationship with one another. And I think that, you just staying within a balance of the two energies and operating with that emotional balance, translating into something physical, something that's seen, something that's acknowledged, something that has established boundaries. Don't forget to keep boundaries in place too, because that would be another great filter. Another great filter for not allowing this type of succubus energy into your life, even as a disguise, because this is the type of energy where you don't, this is that person that you fucking fell in love with a time or two before in your life. That's all of us, you know? And at a point in time, this is probably how we were. Many of us, for sure. I say probably because I can't speak for everyone, and there were those people who dated us. So therefore it happened to everyone, but that's the person that you didn't know that when you got with them, or it was something that was so heavily ignored because of the way someone could embody, or, embody effectively this comfort and misery so well, to dance to it, as like song, and flirt with the edge of a cliff with animal here warning to be careful. But this person is just so far deep in a woe is me comfort that the only thing that they can do, if you choose to engage in energy with them, is bring you down where they are. In the way they will treat you, or ways that are fetishized, in ways that you don't deserve, in ways that actually don't have you valued as an equal. So many of you, through the proper filter, I am sensing, will be avoiding abusive relationships. Potential abusive relationships too. Verbally, physically. Let's get some goddess guidance. Sedna, infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. Like we've been talking about, having all of the tools, which was evident here in the 9 of water and also in the 7 of fire. It's wonderful. Then we have Arakura, blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. And that's okay. Pele, divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So we understand the significance of Sedna, because we've been talking about being supplied and just capable of filtering out and attracting what you want, and so on and so forth, for much of the reading here. So that's, so we understand that. But I just find it so interesting how Pele comes after Arakura, because we, as we also spoke on here, coming into this flow, man, I love synchronicity. And here we are again, coming into this flow where, look, she's already hit the rebirth, okay? She's already here. This is actualized. The caterpillar's butterfly already. How about that? And this is, if you look at this imagery, I feel it's touching on coming into that flow that comes after being reborn. She's feeling it out. She's taking it in. And look at all of the energy radiating below her feet, to stretch through the first chakra all the way up. Because that's energy felt, you better believe it. In the first sentence of this card, you were just getting started. Because this is the beginning for y'all. Have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up, because there will be tests, as we see. But you have not only the tools that you need and the supplies that you need, you will have the people that you need. Because those close friendship bonds that you will just come into, or that you will strengthen as it pertains to the ones that you already have, you won't be in the feeling of doing anything alone, and you will feel even more so empowered. And from there, you ask yourself, what is your true heart's desire? And you transition from being here in this new era of blossoming and finding that flow, to once determining what it is you truly want, because it's all your oyster now to achieve it. You bask in this new flow. You're dancing in it. It's passionate. It's fiery. It's vibrant. And you've taken it all in. The new stage. So what it's going to be coming to, which is in perfect alignment. Perfect alignment with, what is it, the supermoon in Libra? Where this particular moon, an eclipse is occurring, I believe. Our powers of manifestation are so heightened to where we must be decisive with what we want in order to get it. We must be in position to take in this energy. It's a great time to get a vision board. It's a great time to get a notebook. It's a great time for whatever it is that you may be able to use to plan, or things that can help you envision, because this is the time. Especially if you're a Pisces that has any Libra in your chart. Totally time. That's what I have for you. Please leave your comments, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you find any resonance. I'm also going to, in the description box below, have information on personal readings, and also, if you would like to donate to the channel, HK Readings, a way you can do so in the description box below. Love y'all.